The very soul of Heartland has always resided in its enduring fabric of family, affection, and restoration. But as we embark on season 19, the winds of change are beginning to stir. With a significant chapter drawing to a close, will Amy find herself prepared to welcome the next phase of her existence? Or will her heart remain anchored to the sprawling landscape of the ranch, her sanctuary for the better part of 2 decades? And the question of Ty lingers. With his memory deeply ingrained in the earth of Heartland, can Amy truly envision a future path without him by her side? This upcoming season offers more than a simple continuation of established narratives. It promises an intimate exploration of self, emotionally charged choices, and pivotal moments that possess the power to alter the course of everything. The central query extends beyond mere plot progression. It delves into the woman Amy is destined to become and the unfolding destiny of her and her cherished family. Are you braced to experience the most profoundly emotional season to date? Amy Fleming has consistently been the vibrant, feeling core of Heartland. With the passage of years, we have observed her transformation from a young girl grappling with the profound sorrow of her mother's passing to a resilient woman who has consecrated her life to mending horses and supporting her family through their most arduous trial. Yet, as season 19 commences, Amy stands at a pivotal juncture, a confluence where her past, present, and future seem to intersect. For nearly 20 years, Heartland has signified more than just a homestead for Amy. It has been her haven, her place of solace and healing, and an unwavering wellspring of comfort. However, with Ty's passing still casting a fresh shadow upon her heart, Amy is compelled to face an undeniable truth. Life, in its essence, cannot remain static indefinitely. She has shouldered immense burdens for so long, consistently prioritizing the needs of others above her own. Now, with Lindy maturing and the very future of Heartland appearing uncertain, Amy confronts a monumental decision. Will she choose to remain at Heartland, diligently preserving the legacy Ty has bequeathed? Or will she finally grant herself permission to pursue aspirations that have long been dormant? The stakes are incredibly high and the emotional currents run even deep. Amy's journey this season is not merely about attaining closure, it is fundamentally about rediscovering her own identity. Can she harmonize her deep-seated desire to keep Ty's memory vibrant with the daunting prospect of forging a new existence for herself? Will she permit herself to step forward into a future that might bear no resemblance to the life she once knew? As season 19 unfolds its narrative, Amy's ultimate decision will not only sculpt her own destiny, but will also fundamentally shape the future trajectory of Heartland itself. While Amy's personal odyssey is profoundly intimate, it is also inextricably linked with the lives of those she holds most dear. Her relationships with Lou, Jack, and Tim will face new tests as they all grapple with the profound shifts this emerging chapter introduces. Lou, ever the driven and ambitious sibling, will find herself contending with her own professional pursuits and familial duties, while Jack, as always, remains the steadfast pillar upholding them all. Yet, even the formidable strength of the Bartlett family cannot entirely shield them from the inevitable transformations that accompany the passage of time. Amy's path forward isn't solely about moving on from the memory of Ty, it's about unearthing what is genuinely significant to her now. As the season progresses, we will witness Amy contend with the apprehension of releasing the past, the thrill of nascent opportunities, and the quiet fortitude required to wholly embrace change. And through every challenge and triumph, one persistent question will echo: will Amy summon the bravery to follow the dictates of her heart? Or will she remain ensnared by the shadows of yesteryear, unable to advance? The essence of Heartland has always been its remarkable capacity to strike a delicate balance between hope and sorrow, and season 19 will continue this poignant tradition. As Amy confronts this critical turning point, her journey is set to be a powerful testament to human resilience, the profound nature of healing, and the enduring strength of family bonds. But one truth is unequivocally clear: nothing will ever be quite the same again. The return of Georgie Fleming Morris in season 19 stands as one of the most eagerly awaited events for dedicated Heartland viewers, and for very compelling reasons. Following years dedicated to realizing her ambitions and forging a career in the demanding world of Olympic show jumping, Georgie's reappearance at Heartland is far more than a casual visit. It represents a deeply poignant and symbolic juncture, her return ushering in a renewed sense of optimism, healing, and potential resolution, while also serving as a gentle reminder that regardless of how far our journeys take us, the concept of home remains an indelible part of our being. Georgie's personal narrative has consistently been interwoven with Heartland's foundational themes of kinship and the quest for self-understanding. She has evolved from a somewhat guarded teenager coping with the anguish of losing her parents into a capable young woman who has achieved remarkable feats, yet has never entirely escaped the familiar embrace of the family. Her experiences away have undeniably molded her character, and now, as she makes her way back to Heartland, she carries not only her triumphs but also a fragment of her heart that has felt absent for too long. The choice to return to Heartland, nonetheless, is not one Georgie approaches with levity. Having attained her aspirations on the global stage, coming back to the ranch could in some ways feel like a regression. Yet, a powerful, almost irresistible force draws her. An inner voice whispers that there is a richness to life that extends beyond the gleam of gold medals and the allure of the spotlight. As Georgie sets foot once more on the ranch's familiar grounds, we are vividly reminded of the profound connection she shares with Amy and the deep, enduring friendship that has served as a cornerstone for both of them throughout their lives. Georgie's return is poised to rekindle not just cherished memories, but also to introduce fresh challenges and dynamics. Her reunion with Amy will undoubtedly ignite a cascade of heartfelt conversations about what lies ahead, about love, and about the intricate process of discovering a true equilibrium between personal dreams and the call of home. A subtle undercurrent of unresolved matters seems to exist between them, a connection that was perhaps frayed when Georgie departed to pursue her show-jumping goals. But with her return, it becomes evident that her presence is not merely about rekindling her bond with Amy. It is equally about reconnecting with a vital part of herself. For Amy, the sight of Georgie again evokes a complex tapestry of emotions, a wistful nostalgia for times past, intertwined with a burgeoning hope for what the future may hold. Georgie's journey, in many respects, mirrors Amy's own, the constant effort to harmonize personal ambitions with familial obligations, and the undeniable healing influence of returning to one's roots. It also presents Amy with a chance to reflect deeply on her own path, particularly in the wake of Ty's passing. Georgie's courage in choosing to come back to Heartland might serve as the very catalyst Amy needs to make the difficult decisions she has been decisions concerning moving forward from the past and venturing into a future that by necessity will not include Ty. But Georgie's homecoming is not without its own set of complexity. As she gradually reintegrates into the family structure, her precise role within its evolving dynamic is subtly tested, and old, perhaps dormant tensions may resurface. How will she navigate her place within the current family frame? What are her expectations for her renewed relationship with Amy? And can she carve out a meaningful purpose for herself within the familiar confines of the ranch that so profoundly shaped her formative years? The arrival of Georgie also creates discernible ripple effects that touch other characters. Her return is likely to stir latent feelings in Lou, especially as Lou endeavors to manage her own significant ambitions and steadfast family commitment. Lou's professional journey has led her to the significant position of mayor, and this transition is subtly altering the family's established dynamics in unforeseen ways. Georgie's presence at Heartland might gently compel Lou to re-examine her own priorities, prompting a re-evaluation of what holds true importance for her, her family, or her burgeoning political and entrepreneurial goals. Meanwhile, Jack and Tim will each exhibit their own distinct reactions to Georgie's return, some of which might genuinely surprise her given that they have always regarded her as an integral part of their family. But more profoundly than anything else, Georgie's return symbolizes the inherent, cyclical rhythm of life. Just as Amy once embarked on her own distinct journey, Georgie has now come full circle, bringing with her not only the valuable lessons she has accrued, but also the implicit promise of fresh start. In a season already brimming with poignant farewells and hopeful new beginnings, Georgie's return serves as a comforting reminder that certain fundamental things remain constant. Like the unbreakable strength of family ties, Georgie's personal journey this season will be one of profound reconciliation, not solely with her past, but also with that part of herself she may have left behind. Her story will intricately intertwine with Amy's as they both confront their respective critical life junctures. Georgie's re-entry into the world of Heartland is more than a simple homecoming. It represents an invaluable opportunity for both her and Amy to redefine the essence of family and to discover how to move forward purposefully while never forgetting the love that has guided them to this significant point in their lives. As season 19 continues its unfolding narrative, Lou Fleming confronts one of the most substantial challenges of her entire life, achieving a harmonious balance between her innate ambition and her unwavering responsibilities to her. Always the characteristically driven and resolute sister, Lou has dedicated years to the endeavor of carving out her niche in a world that frequently appears to demand more than any single individual can realistically provide. In previous times, she grappled with defining her identity, feeling torn between her career aspirations, her yearning for stability, and her profound affection for Heartland and its community. But in this particular season, Lou's journey takes a decisive and bold new direction as she embraces the role of mayor of Hudson, a position that rigorously tests her leadership acumen and compels her to face challenging decisions that could potentially impact not only her own future but the collective future of her entire. Lou's character has consistently been portrayed as a beacon of strength. However, this season, her ambition will paradoxically serve as both her most significant asset and her most considerable encumbrance. The relentless demands of the political arena, compounded by her escalating responsibilities as a mother and a businesswoman, will inevitably place a palpable strain on her personal relationships, particularly with her daughter. The sheer weight of leading the town will rigorously test her capacity to effectively juggle multifaceted roles, and soon Lou will come to the sobering realization that the true cost of pursuing her dreams may be substantially higher than she had initially anticipated. The pivotal question then becomes, how far is Lou genuinely prepared to go to secure her envisioned future, and what profound sacrifices will she inevitably be forced to make along that arduous path? Her personal connections will undoubtedly feel the impact of her intensified focus on her political career. Her relationship with her daughters, especially with Katie, is already showing signs of strain as Lou dedicates increasing amounts of time away from the ranch, becoming more deeply engrossed in her mayoral duties. The exceedingly delicate equilibrium of being both a devoted mother and a prominent political figure will be severely tested, and Lou will be compelled to navigate the complex emotional repercussions of her choices. Will she succeed in mending her relationship with Kate, or will her ambitious pursuits inadvertently drive an even more significant wedge between them? As the season's narrative progresses, Lou's relationship with her ex-husband, Peter, will also be subjected to intense scrutiny. Their historically intermittent relationship has consistently been a source of underlying tension, and Lou's burgeoning political aspirations might further complicate their already intricate dynamic. Peter has often served as a voice of reason and pragmatism, but his patience with Lou's deep immersion in politics may begin to fray as the considerable pressures of her new role bear down heavily upon her. As Lou wrestles with these deeply personal conflicts, she will ultimately have to determine what genuinely matters most to her: her significant role as mayor, the well-being of her family, or the tentative possibility of a renewed future with. Meanwhile, Jack, her grandfather corrected from Source's father, and Tim, her father corrected from Source's brother, will each offer their unique perspectives on Lou's decision to campaign for mayor, with their reactions ranging from supportive encouragement to genuine concern. Jack, the venerable patriarch of the family, has consistently been a steadfast and reassuring presence at Heartland, and his accumulated wisdom will prove to be utterly invaluable as Lou confronts the myriad challenges inherent in leadership. Nevertheless, Jack's own deep-seated reverence for tradition may subtly clash with Lou's more progressive and forward-thinking vision for Hudson's future development. As Lou endeavors to propel the town forward, Jack might find himself compelled to confront his own apprehensions about change, both within the community and more intimately within his own family. Tim, conversely, has perennially been a somewhat unpredictable element within the family. His often spontaneous and impulsive nature makes him a source of both occasional conflict and welcome comic relief. His opinions regarding Lu's career choices are likely to be more erratic and less predictable than anyone else. He has consistently encouraged his children to pursue their dreams with vigor. However, when the tangible reality of Lu's political ambitions begins to more directly affect a family unit, Tim may struggle to fully accept the toll it is evidently taking on her personal life. How will Tim navigate his own involvement in this evolving situation? And will he ultimately provide Lu with the kind of support she genuinely needs and deserves? As Lu's storyline unfolds, it becomes increasingly apparent that Season 19 is about far more than just her potential success or failure in the mayoral office. It is fundamentally about her maturation as a leader and her continued development as an individual. Her journey serves as a potent exploration of what it truly means to be ambitious, while simultaneously remaining deeply connected to one's origins, one's core values, and the people who matter most profoundly. For Lu, the ultimate and most formidable challenge will be to discover a way to remain authentically true to herself, while adeptly stepping into a demanding new world of politics and influence. It is undeniably a season dedicated to testing personal limits and comprehensively redefining the very meaning of leadership, not just for Lu herself, but for the entire community of Heartland. Can she successfully maintain her robust sense of identity while skillfully navigating the inherent complexities of her demanding new role? And in the final analysis, will her ambition ultimately cost her the very thing she cherishes most deeply, her family? Throughout all these trials, Lu will be compelled to ask herself a critically important question: is it genuinely feasible to have both a profoundly fulfilling career and a rich, rewarding family life? The intense pressures associated with being a successful leader may constantly threaten to pull her in disparate directions, but it is abundantly clear that Lu is resolutely determined to demonstrate that her role is not merely about the position she holds. It is fundamentally about the people she leads, and equally the ones she loves with all her heart. As the final season of Heartland approaches its horizon, the revered family patriarch, Jack Bartlett, finds himself standing at a personal crossroads, contemplating not only the significant legacy he has carefully constructed over a lifetime, but also reflecting deeply on the man he has evolved into and the rich tapestry of the life he has experienced. Jack has consistently served as the unwavering